I'm like, the audacity of this little girl.
But doesn't he do it too? Doesn't he get rid of
Them,
it?
yeah.
Welcome to Posh Plastic, the Y2K nostalgia podcast. Here's Amber and Kylie.
Wind up, wind down, and let's hit rewind.
Welcome back to Posh Plastic. I am your host, Kylie, here with your other host, the Spencer to my Heidi.
Oh my god.
Amber.
Hi guys. Yes.
So those who are new to the show, we've been doing duos the whole time, but we started to just keep them to ourselves and surprise each other while recording. So you got to just see her burst of excitement. I'm living for that.
It was so good. God, what's been happening this week? I'm trying to think news-wise, life-wise.
Let's see.
A boring week.
But
oh my god. About it. Wasn't the MET Gala? The MET Gala just happened.
Yes, the MET Gala.
Yes. Okay.
So
we can
what was the theme? I never bothered to look it up.
I believe it was Secret Garden this year.
Ooh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I really liked Lana Del Rey's outfit.
Hers was interesting. I like the color scheme because it fit for her. It was good. The browns, I was into it.
Yeah. Some people were talking about how obnoxious it was. I saw a video of her almost hitting Kim in the face 5 times as she was turning her head. But I liked it. And I thought, like you said, it was very fitting for her. Mm-hmm. It was very Lana Del Rey.
That's what I liked about it. But the theme was very Lana Del Rey, if you think about it,
right?
Secret Garden, she was gonna slay regardless.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else. Well, speaking of Kim, I didn't love her outfit. Did you hear what her whole spiel on it was?
Mm-mm.
So she was wearing a very pretty dress, and then she threw a shawl sweater over her shoulders. And her hair was all messy and it wasn't really done. And her excuse for that was that she was basically frolicking with her boyfriend in the woods and she had to grab his sweater real quick and go run off.
That's cheap.
That's extremely cheap.
That takes me back to being in college and not having a Halloween costume an hour before I'm going to a party. So I cut the tits out of my tank top and say I'm Regina George.
That's what I'm saying. And we have that right because to Kim, we're poor, but Kim Kardashian is not poor. So
and you bought a ticket to the Met Gala,
yes, which I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
$75,000 per person.
No, that's per ticket, and then you have to pay $350,000 for a table.
I didn't even know about the 300,000, but 75 was enough for me.
Yeah, don't leave that part out.
Dude, I didn't know that. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I felt underwhelmed by the outfits this year, but because I feel what's starting to happen is everyone's making this moment that's they're Lady Gaga-ing the moment. All of them, I feel, coming in something really crazy. And it's I get we're trying to do some fashion moment here, but where's the fashion?
Really? I enjoy it. Well, this
Some
year,
of
no. This year, no.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Not every year, but this year I was underwhelmed.
Yeah, because when you say the Lady Gaga moment, I think about Zendaya's Cinderella dress. Do you remember that?
Oh, that was so good.
That's my Lady Gaga moment for the Met Gala, at least. And she looked okay this year. I mean, she was great, but
it wasn't
some others better. She wasn't my favorite this year.
She had bleached eyebrows too, yeah, at the Met.
Did she? I know she had very dramatic makeup. I don't know if she bleached her eyebrows. She might have, or covered them up.
Maybe, yeah, but I just don't like that look on women. I can't imagine. No, but if I did it, that's what it would look like. It looks stupid. Doesn't look smart. I don't know. But I get it's a trend, so they're trying to go with the fashion. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't mind quirky fashion because it is interesting. The one that I think of the most is Katy Perry's burger dress, the whole thing she had.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool and fun. I just think like I said, the way that it's happening is coming off in such a weird way. Why are they still styling them on the red carpet? Why were they cutting that one girl's dress? And then why is Kim like not even like giving us a look. I don't know. Like it feels like the celebrities aren't trying anymore. They're just like throwing together like
or
stop
Doja
signs.
Cat.
Hers was crazy.
Yeah, just the wet t-shirt look.
I like what?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Do better.
I did like Ariana's look.
Let me see hers again.
She had like the butterflies by her eyes.
Yeah,
on the sides of her head. And she was with the woman who plays Elphaba.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They've been like
Elphaba,
inseparable with the press, and like I hope this movie really gives all the press they're doing for it. But I do love it. It seems like they're really good friends. And I think that's kind of cool. If they actually are like really good friends in real life and like bonded over making this movie, I think that's awesome.
Yeah. I will say the Glinda like style that she's going for right now with the butterflies and the very just like white and soft. Like I do like that for Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Like I'm into it.
Yeah, I thought it was very flattering for her. It wasn't my favorite look of the night, but
yeah,
it was really good for her.
I'm not even gonna lie, like my phobia. For those who don't know, I have this an irrational fear with butterflies. We'll get into it later.
No, it is not irrational. Butterflies
they still chase
attack her.
They
like
do.
Every time she goes for a walk outside, they attack her. So it's not irrational. You're traumatized.
I am. But there's this one bush when you round this one corner of my neighborhood, and I swear they're just like angry. I don't know why they're angry, but they are right there and they want to attack. But I will say, I don't know why. And it's, but recently I'm into like the butterfly on clothing type of thing. Like, how there's like the lace and stuff with like the butterflies and the very just like pretty 2000 like tanks and different things. Like,
yes.
I'm into it. I'm feeling that era of like flowers and butterflies again.
Oh, okay. That reminds me of a dress I just saw watching what we're talking about today. Get a clue.
Yes. Okay. But before we do that, let's tell them what we're binging real quick.
Yes. So what are you binging?
So I'm currently binging chili pistachios. There's this brand that does like shelled and unshelled pistachios. I think it's called like the Wonderful Life or the Wonderful Brand or something. And they've got a bunch of flavors, and I'm obsessed with the chili flavor right now.
Yum. That's kind of funny. I feel like last time it was the Lush bath paired with the sleeping sounds. We're always the same person. I on the nut brand with you this week too. I have been binging almond butter.
Yum.
For those who have Costco memberships, you can get a giant tub for a really good price. So get on that Kirkland almond butter.
Oh, I love me Kirkland brand. Don't tempt me with a good time. I will not pay for a brand if I don't have to, and I'll pay for Kirkland's.
But before we get into our get a clue, we're not there yet. We got to do our new phone who dis. You might get this. I'm sure a handful of our listeners will. But she's a full-on Monet.
Oh,
I knew you'd at least like remember it, but maybe not place it. I'm sure some people are like, oh my God, I know this. And they're like screaming at us right now. Like, Amber, how could you not know this?
I know it. I'm just guessing who said it because I'm looking at the scene and I'm like, who said it to who?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll wrap up.
Yes.
With that. And for those who are new here, so this is our game, New Phone Who Dis. We will say a line, try to guess it, and we'll reveal it at the end. So stay tuned, and we'll wrap up with our New Phone Who Dis.
Yeah, and play along.
Yeah. Let's get into Get a Clue.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we can start with a good synopsis because I love a good synopsis. I wanted to do something fun. So as we learned, what was it? John Tucker Must Die?
Yeah, so go back and listen to John Tucker Must Die as well, because we do this there as well.
And I thought we could bring it back for some fun. So I made the unfortunate decision to try to get AI to help me write my synopsis because I wanted to spice it up a little bit. I learned very quickly, you can't give already written stuff to these AIs because they try to create their own. That's what they're made for. So I'm gonna give y'all the human synopsis of what we got, and then I sent it to 2 different AIs to see what the difference was. I tried Canva AI this time because I'd never tried it before, and then I also did the OG chat, and I think it'll be a fun, good laugh. So let's get into it. So here's the human version. So Get a Clue follows Lexi Gold, a privileged teenager, wow, okay, I added teenager. I'm worse than ChatGPT. Well, she is, but that lives on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. She's known for her keen eye for fashion and prides herself on being an aspiration. Why can I not do that? I'm gonna drink a sip of water. Known for her keen eye for fashion and prides herself on being an why can't I say the word aspiring? I keep saying expiring, like she's expiring. An aspiring journalist while running the gossip column. Are you kidding me right now?
You need to tag me in.
Tag in,
okay, so I'll read Amber's synopsis. Get a Clue follows Lexi Gold, a privileged teen that lives on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. She is known for her keen eye for fashion and prides herself on being an aspiring journalist while running the gossip column for her school's newspaper. When an article and photo that Lexi submitted gets published in the city's newspaper, things start to slowly unravel. A teacher at school, Mr. Walker, goes missing, and Lexi and her friends, bestie Jennifer, Gabe, and Jack, decide they're going to be the ones to crack the case.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
That was nicely written.
Thank you. See what a human can do? So it was written by Alana Bergie Sanko, directed by Maggie Greenwald, produced by Deborah Ellis Leone and Josette Perota. Production company was Flagstaff Pictures. Well, tongue don't fail me now. Released on Disney Channel as a DCOM, aka Disney Channel original movie, for those who don't know. It was released on June 28th, 2002. And fun fact, it was the first DCOM to reach over 1 million views. It had 1.02 million views.
Wow.
In its first viewing.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
I guess.
I love this movie, so.
I mean, like, they had such a star-studded cast. I think this could have been a feature film, and it could have and it would have been fine.
As I was rewatching this for a recording, I was like, I wish this would have been either a series or a series of feature films, kind of like the Perot, like the what is it, Murder on the Orient Express and Death on the Nile, or like the Knives Out movies. Like I wish we could have gotten more of like Lexi Gold and Jen and Jack Downey. Like that would have been so badass.
It would have been so good. They really missed it on not doing a series. That would have been good.
Yeah.
But it was probably because it was hard to get those 3 people together again, honestly. Like, I can't imagine pinning down Brenda Song and Lindsay Lohan after that.
Well, I think back then, because this was before Freaky Friday. So really, well, yeah, I'll get into later their befores and afters. I think this would have been the right time to snatch them up.
Interesting. So very like a la Friends style. Grab these people before they're known and make them stars.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So we got the real facts. Let's see what AI thinks this movie's about. So we'll do Canva AI first. So Get a Clue is a 2002 Disney Channel original movie that delves into the world of high school journalism with a twist of mystery and intrigue. The story follows Lexi Gold, played by Lindsay Lohan, a privileged and fashion-forward high school student in Manhattan who writes for her school's gossip column. Lexi's world turns upside down when she stumbles onto a real-life mystery, the disappearance of one of her teachers. Teaming up with her best friend Jennifer, the school's outcast Jack, and his brother Gabe, I'm pretty sure they're not brothers.
Oh, no. Okay, we got a mistake there.
There we go. Lexi sets out to solve the mystery. The group uses their savvy tech skills, including hidden cameras and computer hacking, to follow the trail of clues. Did they hack, though? I thought he just had the computer. Whatever.
I don't know.
Throughout their investigation, they uncover a series of complex schemes involving embezzlement and fraud. The journey is not only about finding the missing teacher, but also about the personal growth of the characters. Lexi, in particular, learns the value of looking beyond the surface and appreciating the people around her for who they truly are. Get a Clue is a lighthearted and engaging film that mixes elements of comedy, drama, and mystery. It showcases the importance of teamwork, perseverance, and not judging a book by its cover. The movie is a delightful watch for a younger audience, providing both entertainment and valuable life lessons.
So we just had one mistake, but it was not bad. So
okay.
Like, just for background, guys, you got to go back and watch your John Tucker Must Die one. And I
it's
need
bad.
to, you know what? I need to also like post like the deleted scene from our recording with us just laughing. I did release it on TikTok, but
I saw that. I loved it.
But yeah, I was trying to show my husband Canva's AI features just because, and I was like, watch, I'm going to tell it to write out this thing. And I think I've done so much for Posh and Plastic on Canva that it's taken that tone of a voice and it writes in like Valley Girl talk.
Amazing.
So I was showing Amber this, and then we decided to like, oh, let's have it write about us, and it was hilarious. So if you guys want us to read that, we can. But I just wanted to say, like, Canva's AI, we had a slip up here. Gabe is not a brother, but
yeah. But this is pretty spot on, I will say.
So kudos to Canva. I love Canva.
Yeah, Canva's really good. This is the free version of chat. I wonder what would happen. I know Eric has the paid version. I wonder what would happen if I spit it into his paid version, if I'd get a more curated version.
What's the difference?
You can I think it's faster. It'll process more information. Like if you're really asking it a bunch of questions, like sometimes it'll take longer to process the information. And then it also can generate like pictures, like it can generate art now.
Oh, okay.
Which I didn't know it could do. But
Canva can do that too, just saying.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Yeah, he loves him some chat every now and then. Him and chat love to chat it up. Okay, so this is the free chat version of what they think Get a Clue is. And I gotta say, I read part of this and it's just very interesting. People. Yeah. So in Get a Clue, Lindsay Lohan plays Lexi Gold, a fashionable and inquisitive high school student who writes for the school's newspaper, the Manhattan Magnet. Did we ever know what the name of it was?
I don't recall. Oh, wait, it wasn't Manhattan. It was because I read this and then I think they said Millington Magnet.
Oh, yeah, Millington.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's already kind of wrong. Lexi is determined to become a successful journalist and often takes her investigative skills to the next level, sometimes to the annoyance of those around her. When Lexi's strict English teacher, Miss Dawson, goes missing, she senses an opportunity for a big story. She and her friends, including her tech-savvy buddy Jack Downey, played by Bug Hall. Was he tech-savvy? He was not tech-savvy.
No, and he was not her friend.
That's true, too. And fashionista Jennifer, played by Amanda Plummer, which is wrong.
No, that is Brenda's song.
Embark on a quest to uncover the truth behind Miss Dawson's disappearance. I didn't know she was missing. Their investigation leads them to discover that Miss Dawson has been secretly doing a group of students, including Mimi, because Mimi, played by Ali Mukaddam, who?
Okay, I'll interject. So that's actually Ali Mukaddam. That is Gabe.
Oh, okay. No, Mimi?
What?
A wealthy but insecure girl who is desperate to excel academically. Lexi and her friends soon realize that the missing teacher might be a connection to the theft of the upcoming standardized test answers. What?
ChatGPT is nuts.
I love it so much because it's so delusional. As they dig deeper, they encounter various suspects, including the school janitor and even Lexi's own father. A businessman with a shady past. Oh my God. Okay, wrong. Along the way, they faced obstacles and danger. Why specifically danger? But Lexi's determination never wavers. In a climactic showdown, Lexi and her friends confront the real culprit, who turns out to be someone unexpected. With their quick thinking and teamwork, they manage to save the day, restore justice, and ensure that the truth comes to light.
I like how it doesn't say who was the bad guy.
Right? Because they don't know. Also in this movie, the main guy, Mr. Walker, doesn't exist.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so do you want to finish this and then I want to read my text.
Okay, I will real quick. Okay, so Get a Clue combines elements of mystery, comedy, and teenage drama with Lindsay Lohan delivering a charismatic performance as the plucky protagonist who refuses to back down in the face of adversity. It is fun and entertaining ride filled with twists and turns that keep viewers guessing until the end. You kept me guessing, bitch.
Yeah, for real. No, so it was kind of funny because we were both in our Google document where we keep our notes and our outlines for the show. And we both were in there at the same time typing. So I was just like, hi. And it felt like we were like an AIM and we were just like IMing and texting each other at the same time. But she's like, wait for ChatGPT, I'm done. So she pasted it in the document so I can read it. So here are my live reactions as I'm reading this. LMAO, Miss Dawson missing. Who the fuck is Amanda Plummer? Which, by the way, is Miss Dawson. And then here we go. Mimi? I said, her dad is a journalist, not a businessman.
Literally. Oh.
So yeah, after reading both of these, we were like, we gotta redo the whole human versus AI thing again, because this yeah, we're gonna make this like a every so often thing.
Because it's funny to us and we sure get a kick out of it.
Yes. So let me explain. We gotta debunk ChatGPT. I'll explain who actually was in each role. So we have Lindsay Lohan playing Lexi Gold, the main character. She's a school journalist, pretty much, and she's very much stylish, fashionista. So before this, she was actually in, of course, The Parent Trap. We all know her from, and then she also did Life Size. So. Yes. Like you said, like she was semi-famous, like The Parent Trap really made her a star, but she was not at the level she's at now. So I feel like Disney still could have held on to her for this franchise we wish we had. Yeah. But yeah, she grew up to be an icon, obviously. Name one person who doesn't know who she is. I'll wait.
Eric. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I was gonna judge.
I'm kidding. He knows who she is.
But yeah, so she did Freaky Friday, of course, and then Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. So those were continued with Disney, and then she kind of broke out, did Mean Girls, Just My Luck, and like I'd be here all day if I listed every role she's done. So we're just gonna stop there. And then we have Brenda Song. She plays Jen, who is Lexi's best friend. Before this, she did The Ultimate Christmas Present and 100 Deeds for Eddie McDowd, which was a Nickelodeon show. But she's best known as London Tipton.
Yes.
From Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. She did a slew of Disney projects like Phil of the Future and Stuck in the Suburbs and whatnot. Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior. Yeah, and she still acts. She did a Secret Obsession on Netflix. She's been in the show Dollhouse.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that
Kat
to me.
Dennings and Shay Mitchell. But I would rather talk about who she's married to. She is married to Mr. Kevin McAllister, Macaulay Culkin. And
I love them together.
Me too. I think it's just the sweetest thing ever. But yeah, she still acts and they have 2 kids.
Oh, I didn't know they had 2. I know they had 1. I didn't realize she had another.
Yeah. And Macaulay was actually on 1 or 2 episodes of Dollhouse.
Ooh, shout out. Okay.
Yeah. And then we have Bug Hall, who played Jack Downey, the rival turned lover of Lexi. So I best know him as Alfalfa from The Little Rascals. I was obsessed with that movie as a kid.
I was gonna say, like, I had already typed it, but then I realized there's like, oh, she's gonna tell me who the characters are and where they've been, because I was like, I've seen him before.
Yeah.
He's been in stuff.
Yeah, so he was Alfalfa, but he also was in this like I think it was Wonderful World, a Disney movie called Safety Patrol, and he had like reddish hair.
Oh, okay.
And then he did Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't know why, but there's a scene in that movie where they're like having a party and the kids or the parents are like in the chip dip. And so like
I remember.
Okay, anytime I think of this movie, I want chips and dips.
Because it looked so good.
It did.
It was like that sour cream dip or something, right? I don't know what it was, but it was like creamy.
Sour cream and onion. Yeah. It was, yeah. And then he primarily does like guest role stuff. now. He's been in Charmed and Nikita. So he still acts. He just does like, guest starring roles. And then we have Al or Ali, not Ali, Mukadam. He played Gabe, who's really just kind of around. I think he's more of like Jen's friend, if anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does a lot of voiceover. He was in a show called Spun Out, though.
Okay.
And then we have Ian Gomez, Mr. Walker. He is the kid's teacher who goes missing, not Miss Dawson,
Just gonna say.
But yeah, he was in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. His IMDb is like massive, so I'm just giving some highlights here. And then most recently or not most recently, but one of the more nameable recent things he's done is The Morning Show, which is the Apple TV show with Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then we have Amanda Plummer, who did not play Jen. She played Miss Dawson, another teacher, and she is Mr. Walker's like flame, if you will. And oh my God, if anybody's got a resume out of this movie, it's her. So
okay.
I had to narrow it down to a few. So before Get a Clue, she did So I Married an Axe Murderer and Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
And then afterwards, she was in the Hunger Games Catching Fire. So I mean, this is just a little teeny, like a hair on the head of her, on your head. Like,
wow,
she's done so much. So you can look at her IMDb if you're interested in her resume.
Okay.
But yeah, I wanted to cut it there. There is like an extensive cast, but it's going to take us forever to get through them all.
Yeah.
But we got to talk about like iconic moments of this movie.
Right. I mean, of course, in 2000s fashion, they montage us into the beginning as they always do. I think we can talk about how the way that her and Jen wake up, Lexi and Jen. I think it's so funny. They really had that concept of like FaceTime with the headsets before like it was even a thing.
The headsets, like the Britney Spears microphone headsets.
Yes. I was like, oh my God.
Yes, that's what I noticed too. The first thing I noticed, they've got these, and then like, of course, the pom-pom for stuff. Iconic.
Their rooms were truly, like, it brought me back to 2000. Like, I remember having like all the bright colors, the fur, like faux fur everything, the see-through everything.
No, literally, Lexi's room looks like Limited 2.
Yeah, no,
like
seriously.
Our version of Limited 2, not like the Gen Z Limited 2.
Oh my God, like they would never.
Like with the white walls.
I was gonna say, see, the thing is, like the new age version of it, they try to do like a cool version of it. It's like, no, if you're gonna do it, commit.
Purple walls with hints of orange and green.
Thank you. Or make it bright teal. At one point, my walls were bright teal.
Mine too.
So bring it on. I had a lime green bathroom at one point, but I got sick of it when my junior year, and I decided to paint it chocolate brown, but it was lime green.
Oh.
But chocolate brown was really good. I would do another.
I feel like those go together well. Chocolate brown with a hint of lime green. And some teal. Those all would go good together.
I was gonna say, because my room was teal, I converted over to like a teal and chocolate brown color afterwards, which was still very 2000s.
Yeah.
God, what else? Let's see. Oh, I mean, I think it's so funny that first of all, they have like the little sister, and the older sister trope, but the little spy, she's a little spy, like that's so funny to
me. I mean, this girl would have been probably a little too young at this time to be in this, but I feel like Jeanette McCurdy would have been good in this role too.
Oh my God, she would have been perfect as the younger sister. Yeah, that's totally true.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. I think it was funny the way they named the teachers in this movie, or like some of the faculty, like Miss Stern, Mr. Meany, like just the adults. Yeah. Like, I was like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. What cracked me up at the very beginning after Mr. Walker goes missing and Lexi's talking to like the head detective, she's like, you might want to consider losing the knobs. I'm like, the audacity of this little girl.
But doesn't he do it too? Doesn't he get rid of it?
Yeah. And she does credit him. She's like, yeah, he does look better without the knobs. But I'm just like, wow, bold little girl there. Like, we have other things to
like,
worry
you did
about.
That. Okay. But go off, queen.
Yeah.
That's so funny. No, I think because there's always the whole like Manhattan versus Brooklyn thing, and that definitely plays out throughout this movie in different ways. But I think it was surprising to me is that Mr. Walker's apartment was just like open for everyone to walk in. Like, why was everyone just being able to walk up into it? Like,
right.
were they just trying to make a point that like, oh, Brooklyn, like poor, like you can just walk into an apartment? Was that the point? Like, I don't
think
know.
so. They're like trying to make things. You know what I noticed? Speaking of like the Brooklyn side of things, when they go to Jack's house, which is right down the street from Mr. Walker, and that's how they know where Mr. Walker lives.
Are you gonna say what I think? Let's hear it.
He's wearing the shirt that says the Navy.
Yep.
And then he's talking about his brothers in the Navy. Did the Navy pay Disney like product placement? Like,
it's definitely possible, but to your point, because I remember you wrote this and I wrote afterwards. Basically, if you notice, he's pointing at a picture of him and his brother.
Yeah.
He's wearing the Navy shirt, that he's pointing at a picture of him wearing the Navy shirt while telling everyone that his brother's in the Navy. So yes, definitely paid advertisement, but how many times can you say Navy?
I know.
It was weird.
Definitely, planted there. But like, are we telling kids to join the Navy, or because he also breaks down how difficult it is to be away from his brother.
Well, that was a big thing we were doing back in the day. We were advertising, join the army, go to like be in the army. So
God,
like,
I remember they would like come to our schools and try to recruit. And it's like,
yes,
we are literal children.
I think the weirdest part was like when the 17-year-olds around you would be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go into like there. I'm like, okay, you should see some of the world first. I mean, not that way.
Yeah, not that way.
Not that way, not that way. But it was always that they would pay for your college. And it's not to say that they don't. They will pay for your college, but you have to do a lot to get to that point. Respect to those who serve, but I couldn't do it. But I mean, we're women, so it's different for us. I know some women
too weak up here. I'm too weak. I would be like crying and be like, can we just talk about this, guys? Like,
for real. Like they're yelling at me. I'm like, I'm sorry, I did. Can we just
Yeah, I would not make it past basic training. They'd be like, she's gotta go.
100%. They'd be so sick of me after like a day. Like, we can't break her. Or she's broken too much already. Take her back.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah,
okay,
we'll just stay on Lexi's side of things.
Oh yeah. You know what is funny though, I will say, Detective Meanie, I was staring at him for a second because he's the guy from Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire.
You're right. Oh my gosh.
So I was looking at him, I was like,
wait, he's from The Nanny, right?
I was just gonna ask you the question. Is he the same actor? Is that the same guy? Okay,
I'm pretty sure we've talked about this. So yeah.
Which is funny because I started watching The Nanny because it's on Peacock. And I don't think I watched it like very much. It's a cute show. I like it.
It is. I think it's fun. Get past her voice, but now that I'm older, I'll try it.
I think you should, because I think from an adult perspective, it's fun to watch and just see. I don't know. As a kid, I don't think I would have understood it, but now watching it, it's like kind of interesting. And then all the 90s throwback stuff too.
Okay, I will watch it because that's how I was with Roseanne too. Like I could not stand that show as a kid because it was always a mess. And then I watched it before the Roseanne issues came about. I watched it and I was like, I relate to this because I'm poor.
You know, I didn't like Roseanne either, so maybe I should give it another go because I really didn't like it. Okay. I'm learning to appreciate those shows because I think, like I said, as a kid, like a lot of what they're saying or talking about goes over our head. So it's like, well, what's the point of this? Like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
So I think going back to those 90s shows, like we're going back to the 2000s. Why not go back another decade?
Yeah.
But I will notice, I felt like the movie kind of ended similarly to Clueless. And I just, thought, get a clue, Clueless. That's ironic to me.
You know that, but it also starts off on the same note with her and Dion. Like, what do I wear? And like the future, like she's playing with the outfit maker, and they didn't do that, but like it's showing the future technology, kind of like a Jetsons concept. They both. You're right. That.
I think this definitely played off of that movie. Now that I think about it, it just doesn't end with her kissing her half stepbrother fake thing.
Yeah, and this had a mystery, and she wasn't ditzy. in this one.
Yeah, that's true too.
But yeah, I'm sure they got a lot of inspiration from Clueless.
Interesting.
A little bit cunty.
All right.
So, no, go ahead. Sorry.
We're just going to talk about like the fashion moments because fashion played a huge role in this movie. So we just wanted to talk about some of our favorite looks.
Yes. I mean, I saw her wearing the tank with all the writing all over. It was like a bedtime tank that she wears. That got sold somewhere at one point, something similar to that, like and I owned it.
Yeah, it's like the graffiti writing. I remember that.
I was obsessed with that tank top, and I mean obsessed. Like, I think my mom eventually went in my closet and like gave it away because that's how long I wore it. I loved it.
It's so stylish and like different.
Yeah, it was like I was like, this is edgy and cool.
Yeah. There was so Jen wore this shirt with lips on it when her and Gabriel like doing the stakeout.
Yep.
I had something very similar. It just was different coloring. Mine was white with I think it
like
was
pink.
Gold. I want to say
gold.
Gold. But maybe it was pink. And then I had some matching pajama bottoms and that's why I'm saying maybe pink because the lips on my PJ pants were red and pink all over. And that was like my pajama outfit or whatever. But I had like, it was very similar, if not the same model that Jen was wearing.
Interesting. I don't think I actually owned that outfit, but I wanted that outfit.
Yeah. It was cute.
I mean, I wanted everything. But then, I mean, iconically, I remember the sunglasses that Lexi wears throughout the movie. She wears tinted color glasses.
You know what's funny is I call them JLo glasses.
Oh, okay, yeah, because they are kind of. Yeah.
I've always called them just JLo glasses because sometimes I'll buy them because they do flatter my face. And so I'll just be like, oh, these JLo glasses, I'm gonna get them.
That's so funny. I was just about to comment, they do not flatter me. I don't look good in them.
Yeah.
I tried, they're just not for me. I don't know. It's
really like shape of face and there's a whole thing with sunglasses.
It's so disappointing because like I'm like, oh, that's so nostalgic. I want to wear it, but it doesn't fit me. Yeah. So and then the fur everywhere of everything. Not only was it on the stuff in their house, but it was on them too.
Yeah, very of the time.
Yeah. The bucket hat is what got me. I think it was Jen's. Yeah. And then you commented Lexi's.
This is the outfit I remember with Get a Clue. Her outfit is like pink with orange and then and I think red too. And then she's got the pink fur like, cover over or over it. And
it's when she comes up or down. It's either before she goes down or she comes right up from the subway. She's standing right there at the platform.
Yes. And she's with Jack, and that's the outfit I remember from this movie for her character.
Yeah. No, yeah, that outfit definitely. There were just so many pieces to different things that they had that you look back and you're just like, wow.
Yeah. And then at the very end, I'll tie up this loose end in case anyone's wondering. The butterfly dress. It's at the last scene where it's the wedding and she's out there and it's like a blue dress and the side strap is all butterflies right here.
Yes.
Like that, I don't know if you could get away with wearing that now. But back then that was something.
And that's why, but that fashion's coming back around very like a la Mariah Carey. I mean, I feel like if anyone's gonna do it, should be like a millennial doing it again.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But yeah. And then I mean, of course, the spy outfits they're wearing all black and leather.
Yes. I feel like that was like a chic thing is like being a spy back then because like we got Kim Possible later and
yeah, this definitely I had like my spy girl like phase. Like I wanted to pretend like I was a spy because all this stuff was happening. Spy Kids, Get a Clue, like
Harriet the Spy.
Yes, thank you. Like it was all coming out. I remember I had a little flip notepad and nothing was happening. Me and my friend, I would go to her house and we would pretend to spy on her dad.
Oh my God. You know what? You just reminded me. I had this thing. Was it called Spy Ear or something like that? And I know
what you're talking about.
Yeah, I got it out of the Scholastic catalog thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you put the piece in your ear and you leave the spy ear somewhere and you can like hear them and yeah.
Yeah. No, we were all up in our spy era back then for sure. It was so silly, but it was so fun.
It was fun.
I miss that. Oh, and then of course the most iconic, the brooch.
Yes. So the ending of with the brooch that solves the mystery. Like I know it's hideous, but it had the canary and diamond, and
it was worth apparently 10 million.
I mean, Lindsay or Lexi really kind of pulls a Regina before Regina existed and goes, "Oh my God, I love your brooch. It's the most hideous brooch I've ever seen." But she tells everyone, the money went into buying this canary diamond.
You know what was interesting about this movie too? This came out like a year later than Legally Blonde, and this was another kind of women empowerment movie that said like you can be fashionable and smart.
Yeah. And just so you guys know, we're recording like 4 episodes in one day. This is our final one. We're almost done, but Legally Blonde we did today too. So like we're in our like women can be brilliant too kind of mode and fashionable at the same time. Oh, so yeah, that was good. So
I mean, another fashion montage like I put on there when they were shopping Madison Avenue. I love a fashion montage. So any movie that's going to do it, you're going to catch me because I love it.
It's so 2000s, but yeah.
It's just so good.
Okay. So we'll wrap up with our new phone who dis, and now I'm like screaming. Okay. So to review, she's a full-on Monet. So do you want to take your guess?
Yes. Okay. So I know it's from the movie Clueless.
Okay. Now pause.
Yes.
How many times have we been like, oh, this movie ties into Clueless? I swear to God, I just came up with this before I even watched the movie. Like, this was pure coincidence that it was a Clueless reference.
I'm so happy that this worked out the way that it did. I'm so excited. No, so I thought at first that it was Dion, but it's not because it ends up being Cher and she's talking to Ty, talking about Amber.
Yeah. You nailed it.
Yes. Actually, it's funny because I almost used this one on you like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, I love that line.
Me too.
Yeah, that's a great line.
She called her a butterface, but nicely.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Posh Plastic, and we will catch you next week.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for tuning in to Posh Plastic. Please subscribe to our podcast so you get new episodes as soon as they're available. It would be so fetch if you rated us 5 stars and leave us a review. Also, be sure to connect with us on social media. We're Posh Plastic on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. We'll see you next Throwback Thursday for our next episode.